Hi Pisces, welcome to your December 2018 General Tarot reading. It's Raina, and just I'm gonna do this. I've been getting that Wheel of Fortune quite a bit, which is interesting. You get the Tower. All right. We got a lot of fire energy, too. Which, the Wheel of Fortune is connected to Jupiter, which is connected to Sagittarius, as well as Pisces, right? And, so we've got these wands. Maybe that is like a Sagittarius person. But anyway, the heart of the matter is the Eight of Wands. I always think of the Eight of Wands as like you've been held up in some area of your life, and then the dam bursts, and all of a sudden there's a lot of movement. So, you know, you think about 2018 and all of the retrogrades that happened and all the people that probably, even if they didn't know anything about astrology, they might have started projects and felt like it was taking a lot longer to materialize, or just was a lot of delays one way or the other. And then all of a sudden there's like this green light. And that is true, because after December 6th, when Mercury goes direct in your sister water sign of Scorpio, the very next day is new moon in Sagittarius. And I wonder if that's connected to this Eight of Wands card, where it's like a green light from the universe. And in January, I think like exactly a month later, when Uranus goes direct, then all the planets are going direct for the month of January and February. So these kinds of periods can feel like what that Eight of Wands represents is that lots of happenings, lots of things coming at you at once. And really, the point of bringing up this card is to say you have to be ready for opportunity when it comes calling, because if you're the kind of person who doesn't plan ahead and you get, like, let's say you're not happy at your job and you get this offer, but you haven't really prepared for the possibility of maybe going somewhere else, you might be quite flustered. You might be like, I don't know if I should do this. I'm afraid of change. But if you prepare yourself mentally ahead of time, then you're going to be fine. So, I mean, it's just, you know, showing the difference in mentalities that people can have. If this is a romantic situation, this could be somebody who's coming at you hot and heavy. And so it could even be like some kind of a, either you're having an affair or the person is just love bombing you. But with wands, there's kind of like a lusty angle to it, because wands equal desire. So we have the four different elements of fire versus earth. Earth is more, this is kind of like the foundation card, and this is more practical matters. Although with earth, the pentacles can also relate to the body and therefore to sex. So it's not that it can't relate to sex, but it's kind of like a different vibe. With the wands, there's a sense of spontaneity, and it's just like that kind of thing. And with the like water, it would be more on the emotional level. So the foundation card is the Ten of Pentacles, and this is a card that's connected to wealth, especially family wealth, inheritance, and this can be connected to being helped by your family or helping someone else out, maybe in your family. This is just a general card that is associated with material affluence. And so in a situation like that, this may be, for some people, connected to inheritance matters, and perhaps it finally comes through. Maybe there was a long delay of some matters. Let me think here. I was trying to think if there's anything astrological related to your 8th house, but I can't see anything at the moment. Now, the other thing too is, if we're talking about individuals, this person would be more of a Capricorn or an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, your opposite sign. And the other earth sign is Taurus. And so maybe this could be the person that you're with, because we do have this in the challenge position as well. So this kind of a person could be excessively concerned about material matters. For a person who is a Pisces, that could be offensive to you, because you may believe that there's more to life than that, and that is kind of, you might judge that as somebody who's too superficial. But also, if this is something to do with an inheritance, you might have felt that this other person, now maybe this is a brother or sister or a step-parent or something like that, who was maybe controlling the estate, and you felt that they wanted it all for themselves, because the 4 of Pentacles in reverse could be greed. And that might have been offensive to you as well. Pisces is a sign that is otherworldly. So you're not necessarily that plugged into practical matters. Obviously, that's quite a gross generalization, and that would depend. I mean, what if you have the moon in Capricorn or Taurus? I mean, that would definitely modify that. And or other personal planets in Capricorn. So the point being that you are someone in general, just looking at your sign itself, who is very interested in creative matters, spiritual matters, and money. It's not that you don't mind, that you dislike money, but I think a lot of Pisces people put it in its proper context. And you know what it's for, and you know what it can't do, what it can't give you. And this can also be a situation where, you are with somebody that you don't have the sense of passion. And with the 8 of Wands comes a sense of passion. And even if you're not in another relationship, you may just have an attraction towards a fire sign or somebody who has these fiery characteristics, and you may feel like this person makes life more fun. Maybe you're with somebody who's much more serious, like an earth sign, and they are very practical, but they're not that exciting, and you really enjoy the company of this other person. And you can make that distinction between the two people. The higher message is the Wheel of Fortune. So look at the person falling off of the wheel. And the Wheel of Fortune in general are cycles in life. And I was hoping that train would go by the way. It's just like, gosh, I just sat down to record, and all of a sudden it's like all this noise, so I apologize for that. But the Wheel of Fortune is a card that is connected to Jupiter. And the Jupiter cycle is 12 years through each of the signs, approximately a year, 13 months, something like that. Now, that's your ancient ruler, is Jupiter. It's also the current modern ruler of Sagittarius. And one of the things about Jupiter that we associate so much with Jupiter is luck and expansion. And the expansion part, you think about how big a planet Jupiter is compared to some of the other planets. And that in itself is like, you know, I was joking one time, you know, everything is bigger in Texas. Everything is bigger with Jupiter. And it really can open up opportunities for you in particular areas of your life. Now, for you, Jupiter is in your 10th house of career. So just on the astrological level, for this transit, you could be experiencing a lot of opportunities. Maybe that's what the Eight of Wands is suggesting. That all of a sudden, all these opportunities are opening themselves up to you and for you. And you have the ability to pick and choose. And the same applies for your love life, although, as I said, this is not necessarily connected to that house, this particular transit. Obviously, it depends on your individual chart. But the point being that one of the blessings of Jupiter is being able to see that you have options in life. And as for the luck angle, sometimes I say we make our own luck, because ultimately, even if you get a lucky break, so to speak, something happens that usually doesn't happen, and that opens a door for you, you still have to walk through the door, don't you? And you still have to produce. Or if it's a relationship and it's a really nice person, you still have to have enough self-love that you can accept positive treatment from another person. Some people can't. I know that sounds hard to believe, but they can't. They don't feel attracted to people who are nice to them. Now that sounds pretty messed up, but it really is true when you boil it down to the nitty-gritty. So it's all about realizing the cycles of life and realizing that right now you may be in the driver's seat. And you know, so these cards with career matters may be that you're negotiating something. Maybe you've been given a job offer, but the money is a stickler and you're with somebody who's kind of holding out. Really, if that is in the ballpark of what's happening for you, really check that out, because that could be a red flag. If somebody is begrudging you some extra money that you're requesting, and this is a new job and you're trying to negotiate a salary, and you know for a fact that the company is doing very well, then they may be just trying to get the bargain basement rate. And that kind of gives you an idea of how they view their employees when they're just trying to pay them as little as they have to pay them. So it all depends on individual situations, obviously, but here's more of the mundane observations or advice. This is the Ace of Swords. It's asking you to see your life as it really is. So in the case of anything that's going on, if this, for instance, if this is some kind of like inheritance issue, this Four of Pentacles individual may be manipulative. They may lie and try to mischaracterize certain things. Maybe they pretend that there are only so many assets and they're hiding some of those assets. You have to be able to cut through the crap. I mean, I think that's how I so classily describe Ace of Swords, is cutting through the lies and all of the, you know, the deception that might be going on, and seeing things as they really are in order to take a new step in your life or have a new aspect to your life. And that is important when you're trying to sort things out. what is coming in, one of our favorite cards, the Tower card. So something's got to give. And, you know, I was kind of like thinking of the Tower when I mentioned the first card, when I mentioned the Eight of Wands, because I was thinking of pressure building, where somebody is wanting to maybe launch something, or they want to start a new relationship, and yet they feel this sense of being held back, and they don't feel it's their mind doing it to them. They feel like something outside of them is preventing them from moving forward for whatever reason. And I really do believe that happens, that sometimes we have to let go of needing to control outcomes on our timetable, on our schedule, because sometimes it just simply doesn't happen that way. And we have to be willing to wait and do things perhaps at a later date. The Tower card is kind of like the pressure building until the air needs to be cleared, and so there's an explosion. The explosion is coming from a lot of repression. So one or both parties, if this is a relationship, have not been honest with one another, as the Ace of Swords advises, and they maybe are being inauthentic with one another, and then there is a catalyst to blow the lid off of everything that's going on. This something will usually be perhaps that the other party will find out that somebody has been cheating, and if it's an inheritance matter or some kind of family money, or like maybe there's something to do with your father, I don't know. The interesting thing is we have the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, and the 4th and 10th houses relate to the mother and the father. So maybe the mother is the one, and that is, or you know, mother-in-law, or some kind of like a stepmother. But whatever is going on, you may find out that it wasn't like they said, and then it's like everything is blown wide open. And although it may be messy and it may not be too pleasant, it is a relief, because then you can really see the truth of the situation. The outcome is the Six of Wands, and this is a card of victory, being acknowledged for your success, taking your victory lap. I think that this reading is really speaking of great career stuff going on here. You know, from the Eight of Wands, maybe you get like an opportunity that you didn't expect, that you have to take advantage of. You have to think on your feet, and money to go along with it. But the thing is, perhaps with the with the Ace of Swords and the Tower card, maybe this is within you, Pisces. Maybe you need to blow through some sort of thinking that is limited, you know, like limited thinking, that you can't be successful. Because the Six of Wands suggests that you're successful, but not only are you successful, other people are viewing you as a success, and that can make you feel really good. Now, with relationship matters, this certainly could be that there is like a blow up that leads to you being with a fire sign individual. And actually, I think the Six of Wands relates to Leo specifically, if I'm not mistaken. But as I said, the other fire signs are Aries and Sagittarius. Yeah, so very positive. I hope that you enjoyed this, Pisces. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. And I wish you all the best in December. Take care. Bye.